There is an amazing story that's brought down in the Sefer Seder Hadoros. The story occurred a little over 1,000 years ago. However, it's a story that is extremely pertinent to us today as parents, educators, and mentors. In the city of Madrid, there lived a Jew by the name of Maimon. He had a dream that it was time for him to get married, and the dream told him that his kala was to be found in the city of Cordova, and that she was the daughter of the butcher in that town. Now everyone has dreams, and Maimon didn't pay much attention to the dream, just a dream after all. But after he dreamt it a second time, and again a third time, he realized this wasn't just a dream. He packed his bags and he traveled to Cordova, where he found the butcher. Now, the butcher's daughter was had Yira Shemayim, and even though the butcher wanted his son-in-law to come work in the business with him, but she insisted on having someone who be a Ben Torah and dedicate his life to learning and teaching Torah. So Mazel Tov, they get married and they move back to Madrid. And then Mazel Tov, they have a boy. However, a tragedy occurred and the mother died during childbirth. Maimon was left alone with this boy when he remarried. However, the child turned out to be a very labadic child. Today would give him lots of labels, ADHD, and who knows what else we would call him. The new wife tells her husband that she just can't handle the child. She just can't. So they take the child and they send him to his grandparents, the butcher in Cordova. After a short time, the butcher and his wife realized why the boy was sent to them. They too were unable to control the child. When the boy heard this, he got very upset. He just ran out of the house and he ran till he found himself by the shul in Cordova. Nobody wanted him. And he walks into the shul to rest and to gather his thoughts together. Sitting in the shul is none other than the Ri Migash. And the Ri Migash sees him sitting down there. He sees that he's troubled. He goes over to him. He starts talking to him. He starts learning with him. And he sees this boy has tremendous potential. They build up a relationship and they make up to learn every day. When the boy turns 18 years old, the Ri Migash tells him, I want you to deliver a letter to the Rav of Madrid. He writes in the letter that this boy is a very serious Talmud Chacham. He's a Bal Midos Tovos, and he's asking the Rav to let him darshan in the shul on Shabbos. So the Ri Migash asks, of course he's going to let him. And he lets him darshan in Shabbos, and the whole community was astounded by his brilliance. And he was there for a little while, and they got to meet him over Shabbos. They saw what a special person he was, till the Rav of Madrid finally asked him if he would become his son-in-law. At this point, the boy speaks up and says, is a brother allowed to marry a sister? For the Rav of Madrid was none other than his father, Rav Maimon, who didn't recognize him after so many years of not seeing him, and he sent him to Cordova. And it wasn't much later that this young man became famous and known around the world as the Rambam, Rav Moshe ben Maimon. Now just think what could have happened if the Ri Migash didn't take the time to speak with him when he saw that he was troubled. If he wouldn't have taken the time to speak and learn with him and pick him up, how many Sforim would we not have today? Not the Rambam, not all the Meforshim on the Rambam. And think about all the Shiurim that have been given that would not exist today. It's unfathomable. I am saying this story now because next Friday, Chof Tevis, will be the 999th Yortzeit of the Rambam. What we have to take from this story that if our child or someone else's child is troubled, what can we accomplish with him if we give him some attention? It's amazing what a troubled child can turn into. I can tell you so many modern day stories of children that people have given up on them, but due to a caring and dedicated mentor, their whole lives have changed for the better. If you see someone that can use a hand, then reach out to him. And if you can't, for whatever reason, I'm sure that there must be some sort of mentoring program in your community that you can refer him to. You never know who the next Rambam will be.